For our United Way Spotlight of the Week, I have Brenda Moore, the coordinator for the Food Hub. Brenda, welcome, and tell me all about the Food Hub.
Thank you, Donna. It is a very new community project, so I must say right off the top that the name is probably going to change, but the purpose isn't going to change. So one of the things that food providers learned during the pandemic was that the more donations we can receive for food from, whether it's from businesses or from rescuing food from good food that's great to eat, from a variety of locations, we need as much as we can get into this community to make sure that the vulnerable in our community have enough to eat. And it really helps the bottom line for agencies to be able to receive fresh, healthy food to add to the meals and the food boxes that they have going out to the community. So this is a collaborative effort that a number of agencies are working together, along with support from the United Way and the city and other foundations in the city, as well as Rotary. And we're coming together to put this project together.
So previously, let's say Martha's Table, they would go and source food as best they could, and then Lunches by George, they went and did the same, and then St. Vincent de Paul went and did the same. So this way, all of these agencies come together. How will that look? I'm trying to get my head around this.
So you can imagine that takes resources, volunteer time or staff time from each of those agencies that you mentioned to go and gather that food. So if we had the food being collected by one agency, brought to the Food Hub as a food warehouse, where there would be a walk-in cooler, a walk-in freezer, space to wash vegetables, do any preparation that was necessary for the food, to then be able to go out to distribute to those agencies. So it would really streamline the whole food collection and distribution process, and it would impact the bottom line for agencies as well.
Well, I've got to think that this is so much better for them, that then they can focus on on menus and serving the clients that they serve. And the other thing, you'd have that much more clout with going to, say, a supermarket chain and saying, that food that you keep throwing out, well, have I got a deal for you? We'll take all that you've got, rather than, well, we don't need it all, so we'll pick and we'll choose. And yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense, doesn't it?
It does. And it is for the food donors, it's more efficient as well, because it's one point of contact, and they know that the food is going to end up helping somebody who really needs it. And it's a lot less time for them as well.
Oh, for sure. I was raised by Depression-era parents, and I think they would have rather have heard I robbed a bank than that I wasted food. That was something, and I've carried that my whole life. It's something I just can't handle, is food waste. And when I see stories of food that gets wasted, and I hear the amount that gets wasted, it just really it upsets me, really, to hear these numbers. So will it help with that situation?
It will, Donna. It really will. And I can give you a great example. In the fall, one of our wonderful local farmers had a lot of squash that was extra that they just couldn't get rid of. And it was lovely squash. And through Loving Spoonful and in cooperation with Lionhearts, they were able to pick up that 2,000 pounds of squash and chop it up so that it could be frozen and sent out to agencies all through the fall. And then it was added to soups and stews and really increased the nutritional value of the meals that food providers were able to provide for their clients. So if we had a food hub, we could have taken even more of that and again, put it in the freezer and it would have lasted all winter for us when we are trying to increase the nutritional value in economical ways for meals all through the winter. So it really will help with food waste. And our rule of thumb is that if we wouldn't put it on our family's table, we wouldn't put it on anybody's table. So we're talking about good food. We're not talking about food that isn't fit for somebody to eat. It's good, healthy food.
It's a great idea, and I think the pandemic, if it's taught us anything, is that there's a lot of need out there for meals and food and so on. And congratulations, this is a wonderful project, and I can't wait to hear more about it. Thanks so much for being with us today.
We'll keep you in the loop. Thanks so much for your interest.
Thanks, Brenda.